I'm the coach for XP League, and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade. I'm now 21 years old, and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about kicking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch, it varies. It depends on the game. The games change all the time, and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands straight. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt our strategy towards the game. What we teach the kids when we're coaching is that there's another human being on the other side of that computer, and to treat everyone with respect.
I have my ultimate.
Perfect. Keep going. Keep going.
Our team is finally getting settled in. Currently competing in the GG League's A division. Currently sitting at 3-0 for our varsity squad. They're looking really strong coming out today, and I cannot wait to see what's going to be happening in this one.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, congratulations to all the success that your team has had in their collegiate league. You know, the Triangle Minotaur are a strong team in their own right. It'll be fun to see them go head-to-head against a team that scrims and competes at that higher level. The Triangle Minotaur have been a team. They've been together for such a long time. They have so much chemistry and history together. Just this summer, they made it to the second place in North American Finals, which is our penultimate tournament where the best of the best teams in all of XP League get to compete against each other. And the Triangle Minotaurs definitely performed very admirably there at that event. So I'm going to be excited to see how they do today. But most importantly, I just hope everyone has a really good time. You were saying earlier that there's some funny strats that we may be seeing here. A little bit of ValorantRoulette.com maybe. Like, what are we gonna? Is that what we're in store for? We have a bit of a.
Oh, we've got some spicy strats lined up for maps down the line. So as for most people who know, Valorant matches are set up in a best of 3 format, which means that there are going to be 3 possible maps to be played. The first map today will be Ascent, one of the most common maps seen in competitive play. And man, this is going to be really exciting to see. There's so many different angles for each team to hold and take advantage of, and it's going to really come down at the end to see who has that gunplay advantage and who can really outdraft their agents compared to the opposite team.
Absolutely. So I know that on our side, Retro always rocks the Reina, Tokyo Sushi, looking to maybe go for another jet pick. And of course, Lobo's on the Chamber. Chamber been such a popular pick, even post nerf. What kind of comps do you guys tend to run for HPU Panthers?
HPU Panthers loves to spec into a double initiator comp, getting one person on the typical flashbang duty, such as a KO. KO is Rigby's pocket pick. He absolutely loves playing KO. So we see that definitely locked in here. And we'll get another initiator, typically of the Intel variant, something like a Sky or, as we see here, a Sova coming out for repetition. And they always rock that Chamber Jet duo whenever they can possibly fit it into a comp. Sexton himself, the duelist main of High Point, loves to just run around and frag out in games. It's really great to see. Vipers did have a little bit of a shift in his role on the team. He swapped over from being the chamber main to smokes. So he will be as the controller for the side of High Point. And will be throwing out the smokes left and right, trying to confuse and disorient the enemies.
Wow. Thanks for that in-depth explanation on kind of the composition of the HPU Panthers. I'm sure many watching at home right now are learning a ton. Looking at the matchup between them and the differences between both teams in terms of their composition, what do you think is going to be the difference maker on this? What do you think is like really the most important thing here for either team in terms of how they're going to be playing differently because of their composition?
Yeah, so the real key thing to point out is that 4 of the agents between both of the teams are the same. On the left side, you can see here that the Minotaur do have that Reyna in place of the KO. Reyna's flashes at the current patch are not as strong as KO's flashes. They have a little bit less range and are also able to be shot out by the enemy team, so they don't last typically quite as long, whereas KO's flashes, as long as it hits in the range of sight or within a certain distance of the enemy agent, it will allow them to actually still be flashed by it. As we're already getting actually the first opening pick of the round, Sexton will pick up with that Sheriff mid. Hits a one-tap. Beautifully done from him right there. Start it off.
Let's go ahead and move around over here to the push from the Triangle Minotaur onto B site as they make their way on. Quick little flash in.
Yeah, the flash is incoming out. Rigby is playing in the cubby, a very typical spot to hide out in while you're waiting for that market push, as the bomb plant for High Point is going to be coming down onto the B site, still on a 5v4, down to a 3v4, and another one falls, making it quick, but Retro does pick up the pick onto Sexton. Sexton did get 2 in this round. Rigby picks up another, and a beautiful flick over, picks up the last one. A beautiful done by Rigby right there to finish up that round for High Point.
Nicely done indeed. A strong start for the HPU Panthers as we get underway into this best of 3 series. Most of the time in XP League, we're playing a best of 1, so in this best of 3 series, it's going to be a test of the Triangle Minotaur's stamina and adaptability here.
Yeah, that's really the biggest thing about these best of 3 series, is that just one map can be the difference maker in the long run, because it's not just a nice little sprint or jog in the park. It's a true marathon. 3 straight games coming out, and it's gonna be really hard here. High Point is going to be looking in the second round to be positioning towards a default start, which means they're not going to be really pushing anywhere too quickly, trying to get as much intel as possible. It looks like the Minotaurs are trying to set up for this, as Rigby's going to try to swing this corner onto Nash and Retro. He does spot out the leg of Nash and tags him up, throws down the nade. Vestra hits a beautiful shot down the long angle onto Tokyo Sushi. That's going to be another 4v5 now. High Point does have the man advantage. 2 men on the site of B. Push out from Rigby, picks up 1. Another one on site. Vestra will help pick up the second one. Now it's down to a 3v. Make that a 2v. And now down to a 1v as well. 1v4 now for the Minotaurs. As Singer, the last alive, does pick up that Spectre, tries to get the spray down onto Vestra, will pick up the kill onto Vestra, but will get traded back by HPU Vipers to take that second round.
One sec here, I'm just fixing the overlays. I actually had them backwards. So I'm going to go ahead and fix out who I have on which side here, and then we'll get that back up on stream for everybody.
Oh, good. Looking at the economy right now, big thing about Valorant is all about the economy. This is going to be the first round that the Minotaurs can actually fully buy their loadouts. It's going to be really important for them to win this. Otherwise, they may be sitting on the precipice of being broke. Meanwhile, High Point is just carrying over their guns from the last round, deciding not to buy anything else more than shields and utility. So they're going to have a really high economy advantage here going into this third round. And another default start with a B-side, a heavy B-side for High Point. Meanwhile, on the side of Minotaurs, they are setting up for a 2-man mid-hold with 2 on A site, 1 on B site. It's really a nice setup. We've seen this a lot in VCT, having a 1-2-2 setup on this map, as mid-control is so incredibly important. The drone does go out and finds Retro thanks to the Sova drone. 3 members still strong on High Point as Vetra picks up the kill onto Lobos. Picks up with that classic. Got him in the corner of tree. A very nice kill there. Recon Bolt will come out as High Point is looking to take this B site. Owen will TP away to make sure that he doesn't give up his life in this incredibly important situation here. spike does go down for High Point. 5v3 situation for them right now. Minotaurs are trying to regroup together to try to take some favorable gunfights. We do see that Vipers is trying to lurk up here mid, try to get a pick or two. Does find a Vandal there on the ground. Beautiful headshot right there onto Tokyo Sushi. Rigby will pick up the kill onto Nash Fort, making it a 1v5 situation for Stinger Guy. And on the flank comes Vestra, picking up his third kill of the round, making it 3-0 for High Point.
Wow, beautiful strats. I love the execution and team play coming out of HPU Panthers. They're really showing us that, you know, just how big of a difference that level of team play and execution can go.
Yeah, we
so
really
patient
like to
as well.
focus. Yeah, we really like to focus with our teams, focusing on working together and creating that team environment. As long as they're working together, they know that their gun skills are at that upper level. So as long as they can work together and get the trades in, they'll be able to do whatever they please on certain maps. And beautiful dart here coming out to start the round for Minotaurs, actually. It does force them to back off a little bit, as Tokyo Sushi will get tagged by the KO knife, so they know exactly where that jet is hiding up in tree. As we are going to see a site take here for High Point. They're going to position for it, as the dart does come out from High Point. Does not spot anyone, gets shot out. Retro is going for the sheriff, or for the scout shots, but they will not land. Rigby does come out, gets the pick onto Stinger Guy. KO will come down. Dashford does pick up a trade on the chamber for from Lobos, as it's down to a 3v4 now, as Minotaurs are kind of pushed into a corner. This KO ult silencing everyone off, making sure they can't use their abilities. Rigby pushes up, but a beautiful shot from Retro comes out right there. We'll pick up a pick. Nashford will pick up another one as well. We'll get traded back by Vipers, and now it's down to a 2v1 situation for Retro. Both members of High Point are sitting in tree. I don't know if Retro knows exactly where. Checks out Hell, will not find anyone there. Repetition does swing the corner. Unfortunately, the falling shots will not land for Retro, and that's going to be the 4th round going to the side of High Point.
Awesome. Just really smart play coming out here from High Point. I mean, this is absolutely the difference maker here. What you can see is just that amazing ability to make those rotations, make those calls, and it really feels like they're, you know, we talk about a concept called OODA loops, where you're thinking through your enemy's thought process at the same time as you're going through your own, and it really feels like not only are they going through their own plans, but they're also already going through whatever the other team's plans are and figuring it out.
Yeah, to start off the round, Vestra will be popping that chamber ult, giving him that 5-shot operator. A really important thing for him to have. Drone will go out, will not get spotted. Sexton just pushes straight through onto site and finds the pick onto Tokyo Sushi. The blind will come out onto repetition, but the pick will not land, unfortunately, for Minotaur. The spike will be planted. Vestra picks up a beautiful shot with that operator. Sexton will find Nash4 in the back of a B main, and that's going to make it another 5v2 opportunity for High Point. Sexton still pushing through into CT spawn, will pick up one, get traded back by Lobos, but repetition is there to clean it off for the round.
Wow, such strong play. It really feels like the Triangle Minotaur needs to figure out how to slow down the push from the HPU Panthers. It feels like they're able to just kind of push on a site really quick here. Maybe they need some kind of some kind of change in their strategy here, at very least to slow down the pace of play so that the Triangle Minotaur have more time to think.
Yeah, Triangle Minotaur really need to slow down how fast High Point is able just to get onto that site. Either A or B, just because of that one early pick. That's really the difference maker so far in this one, is either the team's getting that opening pick, as Rigby is going to find that opening pick instantly right down B towards Cubby. And I mean, that's, as we said, that opening pick is so crucial in this game, as Jet Dash will go out mid. Vipers just push up into the bucky of Lobos. That's going to be spiked down mid. Stinger and I will pick up Rigby, and this is the first time that the Triangle Minotaurs finally had a man advantage in this game. Spike down is just outside of Market towards the pizza area. Sexton does get that push-up kill onto Tokyo Sushi. Repetition will find Lobos in Market, evening out that man advantage. Sexton will find another one. It's now a 3v1, and Stinger Guy's trying to hold this Market, but High Point knows exactly where he's at from that pick he got earlier, and they're just going to rotate over to this A site.
Beautiful. So fun watching these masters at work.
Yeah, they're trying it. out. Sexton is going to try this long angle shot, does not find it. We'll get the updraft over towards mid to get a better position. But Repetition is here as well. Repetition is quite low on health. The scan dart will come out, but will not find anything. He does get tagged by that shock dart, puts him down to 21 HP. One shot from any of the guns of High Point will take him down. Sexton does swing it, misses a few shots, but will pick it up in the end. 6th round going over to High Point.
Wow, really fantastic play here. So what is it that High Point is doing here in these pushes that is just so strong? I mean, obviously they're getting those opening picks, but what is it that the Triangle Minotaur could do to kind of minimize that opening pick power, or maybe slow it down here?
Yeah, for sure. What they need to minimize is how much they're getting spotted out by the utility of High Point. That KO knife plus recon dart from Sova right off the bat is giving off so much information of where they could be at, as once the knife goes out from KO, it will show that certain enemies are in this range. Sexton does barely dodge that, but a shot, beautiful shot does come out from Retro. Will not be a headshot though, but does get killed away. As Stinger Guy is here on site. He didn't hear the jet dash, does hear the shots fired. Stinger Guy just try to get a trade off out towards the main site. The flashes do come down. Beautiful updraft from Sexton. Does get flashed by his own teammate, unfortunately, so he will not be able to find a pick there. Vestra will pick up Lobo's mid, but Nashford does find a beautiful pick there. The ult from Repetition comes out, and he is so well known for his Sova ults. Gets killed every single time with them, as we see right there. He picks up another one. Here on the side of the Minotaurs, it looks like Nashford's going to try to play for an exit frag here, trying to break the economy of High Point just a little bit. Vipers does swing it, but the gunfight will go in the favor of Vipers. Another round for High Point in the bank right there.
Wow, what I'm seeing from High Point is just how decisive they are the moment they get intel, the moment they get recon, any kind of information. They're so decisive about their next play. It's really incredible, you know, just the amount of situations and permutations they must have seen of so many defenses on so many maps, so many comps, that they instantly know, that they can instantly infer, all right, this is the intel we have, this is the decision we're making, go.
Yeah, it's especially important that they're getting so much pressure off on the map right away. Like, they're easily able to get up this B hallway and through B tunnel, just being able to get out towards the B site. It's been really good for him. And Sexton finds a beautiful pick right there, and he will be able to get that opening pick yet again. Another one falls, Rigby picks it up. Jet knives will come out from Tokyo Sushi. Will pick up one on Rigby, picks up two on the Vipers. Lobos picks up Sexton as well. Another man advantage for Minotaur right here, as it's now down to a 3v2. Repetition and Vestra. Oh, but Repetition with a beautiful spray does pick up both Stinger and Lobos. Tokyo Sushi does know that Vestra did make it up market. The shots just unfortunately were not landing. Tokyo Sushi does find him though. Oh, two knives do land onto Repetition, putting down to 50. It's going to be very close. Both members are incredibly low HP. Spray through the wall from Tokyo Sushi will not find it, as Repetition's just trying to play off of that sound cue, and he does it flawlessly, baiting it with just putting the spike down just for a moment to get the sound cue that the spike is being planted, and then just playing off of that, thinking he's going to push.
So looking at the economy here, if you're the Triangle Minotaur, what do you do to get yourself back in the game here?
From this standpoint of econ, it's really difficult because you have a couple players who are still a little low on the bank. Meanwhile, Lobos is incredibly high up on economy. What they should be doing is trying to force out some low buy rounds as a team, and that way getting their econ on a more even level, trying to keep it on the same side, so that way it makes it a little bit easier as well. So that will be really helpful for them, as unfortunately we did have a power outage from the hurricane making its way onto North Carolina. But Stinger does pick up a really nice kill here. It's 4v2 situation now, and that's very unfortunate. We will have to get to a pause here right after this round. But man, is it looking a little bit difficult for Minotaurs with their econ situation in this game. We do see a push up from Tree from Stinger Guy. He may be able to get up top here without being really noticed out by High Point. Both the Minotaurs players are playing exceptionally well together. They're checking both angles to make sure no one's pushing up. Oh, Vipers does find Nash for it, but Singer Guy will trade it back. 1v3 situation for him now. Gets the recon dart out just to make sure no one else is hiding directly on site. Repetition's right below him. He hears the footsteps of Sexton. Sexton with a beautiful shot will be a 4K, and that is going to be that round over as well. 9-0 for High Point right now.
And the timeout will come in as with this power outage. We were trying to get everyone back in as they get their power back. So just be patient with us here while we get everyone back in. But this gives us a little room to breathe here. It's been just nonstop rounds after rounds after rounds. So looking at this here, what are the lessons that the Triangle Minotaur here can take away from when you're playing such a strong team? We like to say here in XP League that a strong opponent is a gift, because they teach you so much more than a really easy opponent would. So what are some of the lessons that, if you were coaching your team and your team was on the receiving end of this 9-0, what are some of the lessons that you want your team to take away from this? What's some of the things that they can practice, that they can learn, that they should be taking note of?
Yeah, some really good things to point out here is that what they have going for them really well is that they're working together as a team quite well. It's the issue that's being brought up very constantly right now is they're just giving up a little bit too much space in the early moments of the round. They're just allowing High Point to do as they wish, and it's just a really unfortunate thing for them. If they don't give up that much space at the beginning points of the round, it's going to help them out a lot, just being able to control the map a little bit more and have those sight lines really covered for them. And that's going to be a really key thing for them to learn going into the upper echelons of competitive play.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that you're giving us all this amazing insight into the game. It's like a coaching session for our players. We get the VOD review. So tell me about the history of the High Point University Panthers here, and specifically this roster and how they came to be.
For sure. So starting at the very beginnings of High Point Esports, High Point University Esports, we started up 6 years ago with a roster of about 15 to 16 people. And this year we've hit a brand new high for us, 217 students enlisted in our program through various different games, Valorant, League of Legends, Call of Duty, any video game that you could think of or even name. We have it as one of our programs, games that we offer. This roster in particular has just started playing with each other at the beginning of, or the end of August, early September. They've been working really hard together to really get on top of their, on top of their craft and make themselves into the players that they really want to be. And that's really big key thing here at High Point is that we make sure that every player has access to the best resources that they can have and room to grow to be at that goal that they set for themselves. And that's really, really something that we look forward to in all of our players and the opportunity that we can give them. It's truly a gift.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Matt. Speaking as club president, I'm sure you know that better than anyone. Fantastic. Well, we're excited, so excited for you guys to have given our players this opportunity to play against collegiate level players and really get experience playing against some of these the best teams in their league and in their skill. So awesome. So thank you guys so much for this opportunity. And, we're wishing the best of luck to all of High Point University's esports club, esports association here. And I'm sure that there's going to be more and more opportunities as the world of esports grows for them. Would you happen to know off the top of your head, is there anyone at High Point University right now that's trying to break into the world of esports? Maybe the pro league, maybe going to marketing. Are they all trying to go pro, or are they looking at different avenues?
I mean, everyone has their different avenue. We have some players who currently in CSGO are playing for amateur leagues on their free time, trying to get scouted by some of the top leagues in CSGO. We have people like myself who are more invested in management and how to truly manage a esports program as well as casting. Something that we're trying to offer this year is more opportunities for people to get into casting and play-by-plays for everything. And we're trying to open up the world of esports, saying, hey, look, guys, this is a brand new field that's really flourishing right now, and there's so much to do within it, because people have a precognition that it's just esports. It's just people playing video games. Like, it's not that far, it's not that much going on, but in reality, when you get into the fine details of things, you have things like media that has to be done, casters that have to be talking over the game with, you know, knowledge of the game and knowledge of the players themselves as well. And, you know, anything can be done, management, everything that you could think of on the world, in just normal businesses, happens in esports as well. And a lot of people don't really recognize that still, but we're really trying to prove that anyone and everyone can be in esports if you really want to.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, there's an amazing graphic that we saw at an event the other day that said, you know, it's not just the pros, and then they had a list of like every occupation, or just some of the occupations in esports, and pros was at the top. But then of course, because it's absolutely everybody that is supporting those pros, that is making those pros as illustrious and as amazing as they are, the marketers, the game designers themselves, the tournament operators, the logistics guys. There's so much that goes into watching your favorite esports tournaments, whether that's the VCT, the LCS. There's so much that goes into it, so much talent across multiple disciplines, that no matter what you're interested in, if you really want to be in esports, there is a place for you. So, Matt, you were telling me earlier that, you know, you climbed from, you know, maybe just a participant in your club to being the club president itself. What advice would you have for someone who is going to graduate high school and go to a university and wants to start their own esports club?
Yeah, if you're going into a university that doesn't have their own club, just start reaching out to people and seeing, you know, if they have interest in starting one up from the ground up, because it will grow very quickly. Trust me on that. I've seen it personally here at High Point, and it will grow very, very quickly. And that's really what we want, is just to keep growing and growing. Sure, you're going to have some growing pains to start, as every club does, but it's learning to work through that. It's a lot of really good hands-on early experience, just learning, you know, hey, here's how to work through this situation I've never had to deal with before, or here's how to work through this one that I've never had to deal with before. It's really, really an interesting thing to talk about when in the realm of, you know, esports and creating clubs. If you already have a club at your university, join it. Just join it. Go find whoever's in charge of it, and they will gladly help you. I've met so many different club presidents and so many different managers and overseeing people, and they're always so welcoming to new players. And it's not something to be scared of, oh, what if I'm not good enough, or oh, what if, yada yada yada, all these what ifs. Just completely ignore those, because they want you to be there. They want you to help out with any given event. They want you to play for them and watch you grow all the way up from wherever you stand currently all the way to the top. And I mean, that's something I take really to heart, is watching people go on and on and on and on from whatever they're starting at all the way up to the upper echelons, the highest ranks in the games. I've seen players here at High Point who were like a perfect example actually is Vipers. Vipers, when I first started playing with him last year, was in gold to plat, and now he's making his way through diamond in just a year and just playing with the team exceptionally well. And I mean, it's always so heartwarming to see people going on and on and on towards their really true goals of wherever they want to hit.
You spoke so incredibly beautifully about the world of esports and how to get into it.
As we are hopping right
but
back
we
into
are hopping right back into our Valorant matches as they have gotten back in.
Let's go! Tokyo Sushi does exactly what I was talking about during the break, getting that space early and finding that opening pick onto Rigby. That is absolutely crazy for them to have that early pick, especially on one of the fraggers of High Point. Nashford will find a kill onto Repetition as well. That's going to be spiked down on B as Retro picks up another one. This pause looks to be very beneficial for them. Sexton doesn't find the kills. Nashford will pick up one. Vestra will get the kill, but the Minotaurs taking it by storm after the pause and take their first round of the match.
You know, they needed some time to think. They needed some time to breathe. Luckily, the storm came in and knocked out their power to give them some time to compose themselves. It's an unorthodox strategy, but it looks like it's working out.
I mean, unorthodox as it may be, that's the nature of the game. The nature of the game is coming up with something brand new that the opponents haven't seen before and surprising them with it. That's what's so great about 5v5 games like this, is that your positioning or your aggressiveness can vary round to round and completely catch the enemies off guard. And that's something really, really key to playing in a 5v5 setting as competitive as it can be. Here with High Point, they're looking to slow things down after that first round. Vestro's going to try to find that first kill, but Stinger Guy with a beautiful spray will actually take down that opening pick. And Minotaurs are showing that they're here to play. They can compete with these varsity level players at the collegiate level, as it's time for them to shine. Droneout will find onto Rigby, knowing that at least one's there. Flashbang will come down to get the attention away from them for just a moment, as they are going to start a rotate away from this A-side push. Meanwhile, in mid, we have Sexton just holding down mid, trying to make sure no one crosses over. Minotaurs are set up on a 3-2 split right now. 3 members playing towards the B side with 2 members playing towards A. Looks like the Jet's going to try to get a little more aggressive angle towards B. Scatter will come out to get some information onto A site. They do see that the Sova is just sitting there. KO will come down as well. Great tool to push. Shuts down the abilities of the enemy team as well, can be revived. Beautiful spray comes out from Vipers through the smoke onto Nashfort. Nashfort unfortunately couldn't find that opening pick. That extra pick right there, getting onto the site. Stinger Guy will find Rigby. Sexton's just waiting in market, will pick up the kill onto Tokyo Sushi. And here comes the Sova ult to dismay that plant with a beautiful shots coming out from Stinger Guy. Will get the kill onto Repetition. Spike is still down. 2v1 situation for Minotaurs here. They do have the mana advantage, but time is not on their side as the spike is ticking away. It is being so careful with this. 30 HP on Stinger Guy. Retro has 92 HP plus shield, but he will fall to Vipers. Vipers is sitting back. Boat will clutch it up for High Point in the 2v1 situation, making it 1-10 going into the final round of the half.
Beautiful clutch there. I mean, that looks so practiced right there. You can tell that Vipers has been in that situation tons of times before and was able to keep their cool, able to keep their demeanor. How do you guys, teach your athletes, or how do your athletes, get themselves in the flow state? A lot of people talk about the inner game of tennis and that flow state. Do you guys ever talk about that mental state, that flow state?
Yeah, we talk about that a lot. A lot of players recognize it as just ice in your veins, just staying calm, cool, and collected no matter what the situation is. Lobos does find a beautiful opening pick onto Sexton with the operator here. But going back to that, yeah, it's all about keeping a calm, cool head and finding your drive and knowing what you need to be doing and having faith in yourself. That's a really big part of flow that a lot of people don't understand, is you need to trust your own abilities. And that's a really big point of all of esports, is trusting what you've got going on, knowing that you have reached this point and you deserve to be at this point, and just letting your skills flourish and not letting it get to your head. That's really big key thing. Whoa, the operator will get pushed up here mid. Rigby had a beautiful location hiding right in the corner. We'll pick off that op. Back to a 4v4 situation here, back in the game, as High Point is going to be looking for another B take. On Ascent, B is typically known as the easier site to take, as we've seen from High Point, trying to take it every round that they can. I think they've gone to it all but twice now. As 4v4 situation, Spike is down, making it an essential 4v5, because you got to play against time here. Time is not on your side. As here comes the Sova ult. First shot does go a little bit wide. Vestra does take the pick, though. Second shot will land onto Nashfort, getting him a little bit low for the rest of his team. Vipers will get a beautiful pick on the swing, but Retro will trade it back. Now down to a 2v2 situation. Stinger Guy and Retro here. Operator in the hands of Rigby will find that opening shot, and Repetition will find the second. That's going to be the end of the first half of Ascent. 11-1. HPU leads it, as we are going to be swapping sides now. So now Minotaurs can show why attacking on this map is so deadly.
So yeah, to explain to the audience, a little bit who may not know so much about why maps may be favored one way or the other. Why is this map a little more favored towards the attackers?
For sure. This map's a lot more favored towards the attackers because they have a lot more space to work with off the initial spawn. As you can see in the top left through the mini-map, the barriers are actually a lot farther up for the attackers than they would be for the defenders. So they can easily get up into very nice chokeholds, like the B halls is one of the most famous chokeholds that if you lose control of that, you can easily lose control of B site thanks to utility. Here we're going to see a slow roll towards the B site, but Sexton does not like playing slow. He's going to find 2 picks right off the rip with that Sheriff. It's going to be down to a 3v5. They got caught in that bottleneck, weren't able to really push up for the side of Minotaurs, and now High Point's just close again. Nashport will find Vestra. Sexton does find 2, and that's going to be the ace for Sexton right here. 5 kills to his name with the Sheriff right there.
If you're in the chat, definitely clip that. I'm sure Sexton's going to want to catch that one later.
Oh yeah, for sure. Aces are one of the most highly hyped up things in this game, being able to kill every single member of the opposing team in a single round. It's very exciting stuff, and we love to see that from Sexton. Sexton always been one of the top fraggers for this roster, and he's really putting on a show here as High Point is going into match point. First to 13 is the Valorant rules. And Sexton's just pushing up wildly onto B. He'll find 1. Repetition's also here to find the 2nd. Has to reload, but a beautiful blind does come out from the Omen. Will take him down. 3v3 situation for Minotaur here. They do have a little bit of an advantage because the positioning of High Point is more suited towards B side. But Minotaurs are going to actually choose to rotate towards that side, thinking that they would have overcommitted on a rotate here. And this could be proved to be a little bit dangerous for Minotaur here, as we are going to see a push-up mid here from Retro. Retro is going to look up Cat, try to find someone, but Rigby's already up in position. He's ready to go for this. He just barely gets behind the wall so that he didn't get spotted out by Lobos or by Nashport. And, but the shot whiffs. He'll find the body shot, finds the 2nd one, luckily for him, but the reload does have to come down, so Lobos will find that pick. They do know where the spike is now, and still in an even man setup. So this is really interesting to see.
30 seconds
as we're going to see Chamber versus Chamber here on the outside. A beautiful swing from Retro will pick up the kill onto Vipers, and it's now down to a 2v1 situation. 20 seconds left on the clock. The spike is going to get baited out here. Vestra will miss the shot with his Chamber Sheriff. And he's looking for that flank from behind, but a beautiful timing comes out. Almost a great flick from Vestra. Retro does get a very few nice shots down. Oh, but Vestra has the headshot. Oh, and he finds the 2nd as well to clutch it up for High Point. He's going to stick this defuse, and that is going to be it for map number 1 of his exhibition map.
Wow, well played indeed. GG's. Or at least good round. To the High Point University Panthers. They are playing absolutely amazingly. And, well played to our Triangle Minotaur. You guys are going in there. I see you guys changing in your strategies, adapting as well as you can, and doing your best out there. Take notes. Take less, shake it off. Don't let yourself get too stressed out here. Just relax. Take a deep breath. Shake it off. Use those mistake rituals that we learn about. And get your head back in the game and just play. Just have fun. Play loose, don't think too much, and just go in for it and have fun with your team. You can always look back later, get those notes, get those things that you need. But for now, see what you can improve on and find those points to talk about later with your coach. Maybe even put them into practice for next week's games.
Yeah, and definitely don't get down on yourselves. I know a lot of players, even at the collegiate level, after they lose a map, they're going to get really down on themselves. But look at the good things that you did in that round. That's going to be the really big thing, is look at what you did well and improve upon what you did well in this matchup. That's going to be really key going into the next map. And that's going to be really, really important for you guys to stay on top of this and keep up with this High Point roster. So just take some deep breaths, use this few moments of just breath time, just take it all in. You guys know that you can do this. You guys shown that you guys have gun skill for sure. Just breathe it all in. You guys got this. It's still anyone's game. It's a best of 3 format for a reason at the collegiate level. Anyone can still take it. One map doesn't mean anything. Just forget the map happened and you go on to the next one like it's a brand new match. That's a really key thing to do, especially at the collegiate level.
Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Well, this is still a best of 3. So the Minotaur, the Triangle Minotaur have another opportunity to bring it back on the next map, or at the very least to show what they can do on Haven. I believe it's going to be Haven for the next map in this series. So look forward to that in round 2 of this best of 3 series, and keep it right here at twitch.tv/XP League for more Valorant action. We'll be right back.
I'm the coach for XP League, and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade. I'm now 21 years old, and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about kicking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now, so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch, it varies. It depends on the game. The games change all the time, and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands straight. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt our strategy towards the game. What we teach the kids when we're coaching is that there's another human being on the other side of that computer, and to treat everyone with respect.
Get him from above. I have my ultimate.
Perfect. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rip it.
It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked by Dead. All right, push up with me. Push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills. You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does? So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve, and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Boot Steve!
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. Nice. Go. Group in now. Push in. We got it. Good game.
One. All right, here we are. I'm back with Matt Peters, club president for the High Point University Esports Club, and myself, Coach Julian, and we are ready to go with Haven.
Yeah, this is gonna be really interesting. This is a map that so many collegiate players despise, even though it has such a high presence in competitive play. Because unlike most maps in Valorant, this changes how you have to think about the game. Because most maps is just there's an A site and there's a B site. This map, there are 3 sites. You have A, B, and C. It makes it really hard for the defenders to really allocate their resources to where they need to be at. And if they're caught off in the wrong location, it could be disaster for a team, because 5-man pushing up long is what you see most common. And if no one can do anything about that, it's pretty brutal. It's pretty brutal here.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I feel like when having played this map myself the few times that I've played, what I understand is that garage seems like such a pivotal part of this map for being able to fake approaches to C site, or being able to bait something to go to rotate towards B. It seems like it's such a strong part of this map. But how do you approach this map from a defender's side when you have to split yourself among those 3 sites?
Yeah, from the defender's standpoint, you hit it right on the head. Garage control is so incredibly important. A lot of teams will actually typically allocate their best gunner to be holding on that garage, so that way they can't just push through for free, and put a ton of utility there, like chamber traps especially love to go in garage. That way it slows down that push out, because as you perfectly said, it gives you free access towards both B and C sites. It is the only location on this map that attackers can relatively have easy access to. And it's so pivotal. If you lose control of that, you're losing 2 out of your 3 sites, and it makes it so much harder to defend. So you got to really look out for that garage control. Early on, it's going to be a telltale factor of who you have holding where. That's going to cause a lot of chaos on the map. A good team on attack on this map will know where your players are playing and will target certain players to push. That's what the difference maker in a lot of these high-level competitive games is knowing who to push. So, for instance, if you have a chamber playing long C with his sheriff and, his free op, you don't typically want to be pushing there. You want to be pushing somewhere else. That's why chamber's always picked on this map for sure. So we see that it's going to be a lot slower of a start here. High Point does elect to change up their strategy just a little bit. They are going to go for a 2 duelist comp with the Phoenix. Phoenix's best map is going to be this Haven map. So many close corners to throw that flashbang around. As garage control is given over, Sexton does find a beautiful pick on that opening garage entryway, as Sexton will throw down that Molotov so he can gain a little bit more health, getting him back up to 100%, as he's going to push down long here. He does find Natch for it. Beautiful pick there from Sexton. Retro does find a beautiful wall bang towards mid to get a pick for the side of Minotaurs. 4v2 situation here. Stinger Guy is playing just outside of garage, as Vestra does find the pick onto Retro. Sexton will push up here, but Rigby's already in garage. Gets the kill onto Stinger Guy. First round over for High Point.
Beautifully done on that defense there from High Point. And I want to take a look here at how the Triangle Minotaur are going to approach this. It looks like they went pretty heavy onto that B side push. If you're looking at this, what strategy would you advise the Triangle Minotaur to go for here? What's the opening right here for you?
You really, now you have a good information of where the players like to play. Sexton was playing in that garage and playing it extremely aggressively. So if you're getting that pick on him, as you see, he's just flashing it open every single time, trying to get an early pick there. You got to really beware of that. You also got to be noticing these KO knives. Both times in this opening round, they've been picked off by that, as Sexton's going to find 2 kills really early on here. Toki Azushi does find it on to Rigby. 3rd kill will come out for Sexton. Doesn't realize another one's there. Will get the kill. Lives on 2 HP. Throws the molly down, but has to reload, so he will not find the ace. 4K for Sexton here. Stinger Guy is pushed back into his spawn. HPU is going to push up towards him in their spawn. He knows he's there. Vesher will find the kill, and another round for High Point.
Beautiful W there for the High Point Panthers. Now, Sexton is an absolute nut right now. I mean, playing absolutely crazy. When we saw them last round, just how much of a fragger they can be. Are they traditionally the fragger for the High Point Panthers?
Yeah, he traditionally is the top fragger for High Point. He has had so much experience in esports. He's well known in the college Call of Duty League. He's very well known in college COD as being one of the best gunners in the nation. Taking a 1v1 with him is typically extremely ill-advised. So he switched over to Valorant over this summer, and he's been absolutely killing it. Here we see in-game, Minotaurs are going for a very hard A-long rush. Repetition finds the shock dart, and the shot right after will get a pick, gets traded away by Retro. Rigby will find the trade to pick it up. We'll find another as well. We'll find the third as Vipers is here on the flank here as well to try to finish this last member. Nashport will find Rigby, but he doesn't know Vipers is behind him, and that will be the round for High Point.
Wow, even with all 5 pushing on that long A site, it seems like they just had it completely locked down there between all their firepower and their different angles there. They were really prepared for them there.
Yeah, they were really prepared for it. That opening shock dart from Repetition found its way perfectly onto Lobos and just allowed for that easy body shot with the scout, and man, that was absolutely masterfully done right there. Marshall is always a deadly weapon in the right hands, as Tokyo Shushi shows it right here with a beautiful headshot right down mid to open up the round, as High Point will have 2 falls. Tokyo Shushi finds another with that Marshall. Wow, what an absolutely beautiful opening for the Minotaurs right here, as he's gonna pop that Phoenix ultimate, giving him a second life as he's gonna push up in garage. Smokes will come down to give a little bit of space for High Point, as Vestra is waiting there with the operator. Lobos pushed through the smoke, finds himself on the receiving end of that operator. Minotaurs here are pushed up into garage, though. Vipers does hear it out, does get fully flashed by Tokyo Sushi. Tokyo Sushi going absolutely massive in this round. 3 kills already. Retro swings out onto Repetition and will find that kill as well. Vestra now with the op in a 1v4 situation. Typically is ill-advised to try to go for this with an operator. Gun is worth 4,500 credits, which is a lot in this game, so it's a lot of resources poured into that operator. So he's going to try to hold on to this as long as possible. Maybe find a straggler trying to push up here, as we do see Nash is pushing up. Oh, but the timing isn't there for Vestra. He doesn't see the push up right behind him. Shots fired right behind him. He does spot it out now. Nash will teleport away back towards main. That way he saves his life. He is going to swing out here grass. Oh, but Vestra, that keen-eyed operator, does find the headshot through the box. He will keep the operator alive, but Minotaur will take that round off High Point, making it 3-1 the score right now.
And all off the backs of some amazing heroic plays from that Marshall with Tokyo Sushi. Well played, Tokyo Sushi. Nice little highlight for you there. But why did the Marshall play work?
So the Marshall play really works in the hands of someone who is very adept at hitting headshots. It is a one-shot kill through any shields if it hits the head. Very few guns in the game can actually do that. The only other one that can fully one-shot through the head, that's not the operator, of course, will be the Vandal. And it's so deadly in the right hands. And he had perfect positioning the entire time from Tokyo. That just allowed him to get some free picks with that Marshall. He's going to pop up here, try to find Sexton out in garage. But Sexton has a beautiful position here in the corner, so he does not get found out. Minotaurs will be pushing up mid here towards that B site. It's a very hard site to hold. Flash pop will come out for Rigby. No pop will be found, though, as Minotaurs smartly decide to rotate away. They got out some of the resources from High Point. 2 smokes out from the Omen. Really big pickup from them. Audio cues will give away that they are on, going towards this A site, but Repetition does find Nash for it. Will get traded back by Retro, as High Point is now going to have to rotate over, as the spike is getting planted onto the A-bomb site. It's going to be a 4v4 situation. Vipers does not get the shots to land. Lobos does have him pinned, but he did get Tokyo Sushi a little bit low. Flashbang will come out. No shots landing for Vipers. Sexton will pick up the kill. Will get popped out of the ultimate. Retro in a beautiful position. Picks up 3. But the flashbang from Sexton flashes himself. Does not get the kill. And another round for Minotaurs will be picked up right here.
Wow, 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 look at that. Looks like they're starting to come into their own, starting to get a little more comfortable here. I can tell just from the play that they're feeling a little more comfortable. Let's see if they can carry this new momentum forward into the rest of these rounds here, and they can keep having fun, keep playing it out. And I would love to see the High Point Panthers here, you know, keep it close, you know, really show them the difference between these two levels here. I mean, I'm really excited to see the new adaptations that are going to come out from High Point. It seems like...
Yeah, it's going to be really hard to adapt right now, as Minotaurs is excelling at setting the tempo, as they did get that opening pick to start the round from Retro with the operator. It's really important to set the tempo for each round. It allows you to have full control over the map. Repetition will find one, but Tokyo Sushi will get the trade out. Rigby does find the trade back. 3v3 situation right now. Spike will get planted. Retro does get spotted out. Lobos with beautiful positioning, waiting all the way back to see if someone would flank from B, and does find it out. So now it's down to a 3v2 situation. Technical 3v4 with Spike still ticking away, as High Point is a little bit split up. They're electing to go for a couple of 1v1s or even 1v2s, playing off of their gunplay here, as Sexton does pick up the Marshall. He does have the Sheriff in hand, as we saw. He's very deadly with it. Checks the corner, does not find anyone, doesn't check the other corner, and Lobos will get the kill onto Sexton. Vestra's just waiting here, try to find this exit pick. Oh, but the shots didn't land initially. They will finally land. Grabs the operator and runs away from the bomb, giving that operator back to High Point. But Minotaur's tying up the score, 3-3 right now.
Three to 3. You know, I'll be honest here. I wasn't expecting the Triangle Minotaur to be able to keep it this close, but I'm pleasantly surprised to see them getting into their groove and winning some rounds here. Well played, guys. Super proud of you guys for staying in this. You know, that's the mental game that we try to teach all of our athletes here.
Yeah, it's all about that mental, keeping a high mental. Retro's gonna get spotted out here by Vestra. Operator will be popped by the chamber. Lobos does have that operator now. Sexton gets that early pick, finds another off the flash as well. That's gonna be 2 for him. The spray doesn't land for him, gets some good damage out though. The Sova ult will come down. Repetition finds Lobos. Sexton finds Nashfort as well. And now it's just down to Retro. 1v5 situation. And he's just pinned at the top. Sexton will push out through the Phoenix wall, and that's going to be the round of 4K for Sexton, and High Point gets another round back.
And there we go. High Point starting to make some of those adaptations, starting to make some good reads there, especially that read off of Garage. I mean, we talked about in the very beginning just how important it is to have good control of Garage, or at the very least to be able to use Garage as an opening for the rest of your play. And really, Sexton's kills right there were all off the back of that beautiful flash there.
Yeah, that beautiful flash finding its way onto 3 members of Minotaur were absolutely gigantic for Sexton. Sexton does try to do something a little sneaky here, but it gets caught out instantly. Drops to 11 HP right off the bat. Oh, Sexton's not going to be able to find the shots onto the shock dart, so it will spot him out. As Tokyo Sushi is pushed up with that Phoenix ulti, he is going to go back to his original spot. 5v5 with Spike down, but 2 members of HPU taken very low on this. Wall will come out from Tokyo Sushi as Lobos' beautiful positioning will find Sexton in the ulti. Repetition will fall as well. Lobos will get sprayed through the box. Vipers is down to a 4v4. but look at the health bars on High Point. They're not looking very healthy right now. Vesher with a beautiful kill onto Tokyo Sushi. Will find a second one as well. 4v2 situation. Rigby finds Nashford. They push into the smoke, and that's going to be the round for them as Vipers finds Retro hiding in the smoke. Defuse comes down. 5-3 for High Point.
Absolutely clinical, looking like a SWAT team going in for the raid. Wow, the way they cleared that A site was just, that C site was just beautiful. I mean, that was awesome. I want to see that over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's all about the retakes on this site, because you have to accept on Haven that one of your sites is going to get breached. So it's just a matter of working as a team to go as one unit and take down multiple different angles and really close in and vice them out of that site into bad positioning and get those picks. A beautiful flash comes out here from Sexton. The spray will not land, unfortunately, so you will not find that opening pick. The molly will come out. Oh, but a beautiful headshot coming out from Lobos onto Sexton. 5v4 now for Minotaur. They are out in mid. They can still easily go A. The Chamber is walking up grass, but he's going to get found out instantly by repetition. Walking up grass is typically ill-advised in this position because you still don't know where the rest of the members of High Point are at. So they could just be holding a quick angle. As we are going to go grass as a team, it looks like for Minotaur's 4v4 situation. Vipers does get that smoke recharge up on a 30-second charge time, as it looks like we may be going for A here, but look in the corner. Vesher's just hiding. The upshot will not hit the body, hits the leg of Retro. Will get that kill with those beautiful jet knives, but the nade was enough thanks to that body shot coming out. And Stinger Guy will pick it up for onto Rigby. 3v2 situation. Spike will be planted onto the A site, as High Point is going to try to retake this site. 2v3, technical 2v4 with that spike still active, as Vipers is looking at this Omen ulti to try to gain some info on where they might be at. He does not spot and they do not spot anyone out, because the beautiful positioning here from Minotaur, playing very close angles, able to swing onto this bomb. Nashford will be the first to swing out. Does not find anything. Oh, Vipers does try to stick it, but he does fall to Tokyo Sushi. 1v1 for repetition here. Spray through the box. He hears it out. Beautiful shots for repetition. It's gonna be down to the wire on this defuse. He's gonna stick through it, and just 0.29 seconds on the clock. Repetition clutches it up.
Ice in his veins, sticking through the defuse the whole way.
Yeah, he trusted his timing. He didn't see that white flash at half until he just barely reached it, and he just took it down. Beautiful game sense from repetition right there, knowing that he was behind the box after that spray hit, and you know he's got to be feeling himself right now.
Absolutely. After a clutch defuse like that, you're always riding high, and High Point University definitely riding high here. Let's see how they take this newfound momentum, taking it back from the Triangle Minotaur, going into this second half, last quarter of their defense here. How are they going to hold it against whatever the Triangle Minotaur has up their sleeves?
Yeah, Triangle Minotaur really have lost that tempo that they had. It's been back and forth. 3 rounds for High Point, 3 rounds for Minotaur, 3 rounds for High Point. So this is going to be the really pivotal round to keep that back and forth going here for Minotaur. High Point is giving up a bit of space here towards grass. They want to try to funnel them in towards this middle B area. Vipers finds that opening pick on that flank rotate from long A. Beautiful long angle right there. Will find that opening pick for High Point. But we'll get traded back by onto Sexton through Garage, which is really nice for them. And I mean, man, you got to be feeling great right now. That's the gunner for High Point, dead. 11 kills. He's taken off the board. So Minotaur's got to be feeling it right now. They've got themselves in a nice situation. But you got to keep in mind that the time is not on their side. They got to make something happen. 23 seconds left on the clock. They got to make a commitment to one of the sites. And it looks like they are going to be committing towards this B site. Beautiful smoke comes out from Vipers. But Jet's going to get on the site relatively free. But Vipers is ready there. Lobos does pick up the trade onto Vipers. Vestra will pick up a kill for himself as well. The spray through the smoke from Repetition will find its way onto Stinger Guy. Last alive for Tokyo. Beautiful headshot right there for Tokyo Sushi, but unfortunately for him, it will not be enough as Rigby takes the kill, and another round for High Point right there.
So it seems like the Triangle Minotaur have adapted well enough to figure out how to get themselves on the point situated, but it seems like they're having a little trouble here when it comes to those retakes from defending on those retakes.
Yeah, it's retakes. That's what you gotta preach about this map when you're coaching it, is how are you able to retake a site, because you can allocate max 2 members to any given site, because you really gotta have garage control, 1 per site at least, and then 1 floater going wherever they believe that this push will come out. The KO knife will come out yet again. Will find its way onto Jet, Omen, and Chamber, knowing where 3 of them are playing in that back A/mid window area. So they will know they are on that side of the map. No early rotates coming out, but Rigby does take a little bit of an early aggressive position towards this mid window. Vipers will smoke it out, but smokes will be going up towards Heaven and back of A. Beautiful Phoenix ult is going to be shown right here to get some information. Vipers will take him out along the way. Oh, beautiful flash will get the kill on to Vipers from Lobo. But Repetition, he's extremely deadly with his Sova ultimate. Finds 2, as a matter of fact. Rigby will push his way onto site. Will find the 3rd kill for High Point of the round. Rigby picks up a 2nd for himself, making Singer Guy the last person alive for the side of the Minotaurs. He's playing back A, but Sexton picks up the Vandal and finds the headshot. Will take him down. Another round for High Point right there as we head into the last round of the half.
Man, simple geometry, as another archer I know likes to say. But man, those are some 200 IQ plays right there. They have the intel, they have the knowledge, being able to it's almost like they can see through walls with those placements. They're so smart with it, but it's not wall hacks. What it is it's a process of elimination. They know many spots that they're not, and from there's only a few places as a team that you really want to go, and you just put your Sova ult right down that line, and you're probably chances are you're gonna catch someone going down that line.
Yep, already starting off, both Chamber ults will be used. Vestra finds the initial pick. Sexton will push up and find one of his own, but a beautiful trade back right off the bat. Rigby will find the kill onto Tokyo Sushi, throws out the nade as well, gets a tag onto Lobos as 4v2 situation now. Minotaurs are 2 men down. But the Lobos will not find the shot out. He will get taken down. Retro will find it onto Rigby, but that's going to be the end of this first half. 9-3. High Point leads it going into attack.
Wow. So, if we thought that the High Point Panthers were amazing on attack, let's take a look on defense. Let's take a look at them on offense. Chat in the spamming 9-3. I know everyone wants it, the 9-3 curse, but
9-3 curse. So infamous throughout VCT. This year alone, throughout all the VCT events, only 2 teams have won from being up 9-3. It is unironically one of the scariest things in competitive play to have 9-3 curse. It's absolutely crazy to see what happens because it's just the mentality of the game. High Point here is going to go for a default 2-3 seaside push as Garage control will be just held by the Chamber trap. Chamber will TP over towards Garage to hopefully find out. Sexton pushing up here. Sexton's already up towards the hallway as he will push straight out, will find it, but Stinger Guy with the right click of the classic will find one. The Duck Dart will actually come out as well. Gets him low. Kills are going back and forth, left and right. It's now down to a 2v1 situation. Nashford with the frenzy in his hand. Full health versus Vestra and Vipers. Nashford will find one, but does get taken to extremely low health. 40 HP right now. It's going to be who has the shot, and Vestra has the shot right on the head to take this first round of the new half.
You know, it may have been a 10-3, but a lot of these rounds have been pretty close. I always say the scoreboard doesn't tell the story of the match. So, you know, in those close moments where HP, where the Panthers are clutching it out, are making those clutch decisions to give themselves those leads during those close moments. What's the difference maker there? What is it that in those tight moments where it's 2v2, 2v3 that is allowing the Panthers to consistently take these rounds?
I mean, it always comes down to a couple of things, you know, having your teammates support you, whether that be through calls or just being silent, allowing you to have as much hearing as possible. Lobos will push out mid here as he will find a beautiful shot onto Vestra. But it also comes down to you having confidence in yourself. You just gotta breathe and know that your skill has brought you this far, and you just gotta bring it to them and make sure that you can clutch it up. That's really the biggest key, is having confidence in yourself. High Point here we see has one member has fallen. Beautiful pick back from Tokyo Sushi onto Vestra, as another kill will come out. Stinger Guy will pick up the kill onto Rigby with a right click. Sexton is going to get spotted out by this dart, as Stinger Guy will not find the spray, but Sexton with a beautiful spray transfer will find his way on to Nashfort as well. Tokyo Sushi just pick up the trade, but Vipers is there, will find Retro as well, and that's going to be another round for High Point.
Congratulations. I mean, wow. I mean, look at that flick from Sexton was amazing. Now, Saxon, you were telling me, is nationally known for being a fragger, for being an absolute demon on the mice. Can you share, you know, what are some of the habits that these players use to keep their skills up? You know, what do they do?
Yeah, what they do is that they have a time set out every night, a couple hours every night, to just go through situations, whether that be through scrims, through aim labs, or equivalent like Kovacs or whatever, and just trying new things and seeing what works and what doesn't work for you, and perfecting every setting that you could possibly have. It's really key to keep honing your craft. Even on days that you don't feel like it's going well, you still gotta push through it. That's always one of the biggest things, is mental. Esports is all about having the skill, but also having the mental, both knowledge and, you know, just the mental health. So keeping on top of that is also a really big thing here. High Point here is going to be taking that man advantage to an absolute plenty. It's a 3v2 already. Stinger Guy does find a beautiful pick onto Repetition here, and it is absolutely incredible right now. I mean, I'm still incredibly impressed with the Minotaur. They're playing absolutely beautifully against this collegiate team. Retro does find another pick, making a 2v2, technically 2v3 with the spike being planted. Vestra is here up on the box. Shots will land, but not enough for a kill as Vestra TP's away down lower. They don't know exactly where this TP spot is at, so he swings out, find one, and will flick back up to find the second. Beautiful spray there from Vestra. Will take this round and move it to match point for High Point.
Beautifully done. And now match point here for a High Point. Triangle Minotaurs, this is it. This is your moment. What can you guys do? Back up against the wall. High pressure moment. But show us how you guys can stay composed. Show us how you guys can flourish under pressure. I want to see you guys pull out some fun plays here, some fun strats here.
Yeah, it's really high pressure moment. We've been talking about it all day. It's all about spacing right now. They're giving up a little bit too much space right here. As we can see, B site is almost completely unoccupied except for a couple off angles. It's really easy for High Point just to push up wherever they please right now. And they're going to give over that site control on C. Spray down will come through. Repetition does find it onto Nashfort. That's that opening pick. They will have opening onto that C site to plant. Plant will go down as High Point is closing in. They can smell it. Repetition with a beautiful shock dart finds it on the Lobo. Sexton will find a kill onto Tokyo Sushi. That's going to make it down to a 5v2 right now. Rigby pushes up, but will get killed by Stinger Guy. Gets traded back by Vipers. However, on the flip side, as it's now down to a 1v4 situation, High Point is looking for blood here as Sexton will pick up the final kill of the match. And that is going to be it. High Point takes it down in 2 maps.
GG's. Well played to these amazing teams. Wow. It just goes to show that there are indeed levels to it. I mean, these teams have been practicing so hard. I mean, you say that these guys practice every night. I mean, that is commitment right there. Here at XP League, you know, we only have our players practice one night each week, then they have their game day once a week. But man, that is the difference between effort. You know, when we talk to our players about improvement, when we talk to them about becoming better people, becoming better players, we always talk to them about measuring themselves by their effort. And here you can definitely see the difference in that effort that these players have put in. And so honestly, hats off to High Point. You guys have definitely put in lots of effort and it shows. And I'm sure it's going to be inspiring for our players here in the Triangle Minotaur to put in that effort to reach that level that you guys have shown can be reached. So thank you guys so much for being here and putting on this show with us. Matt, anything you want to say? The floor is yours.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you all so very much. I want to give a huge shout out to Minotaurs. You guys played really well. I mean, I've seen it even in chat. I mean, you guys have the skills already. Just imagine where you'll be at in time for your collegiate careers. Just keep putting in the work, keep putting in the effort, continue that grind. Even when it feels like you're having, you know, one of your worst days, keep going. Keep on driving towards that goal that you want in mind. I believe in you guys so much. You guys can do this. I believe in it. So keep that up. From here at High Point, we are so thankful for this opportunity to be here playing against XP Leagues. It's really been an honor, and we thank you guys so much for your guys' invites. If you guys want to check us out, we are on socials at High Point Esports, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Go ahead and you can give us a follow. We try to go live every week, showcasing a different one of our games each week, so you can see an idea of what each of our team's skill levels are looking like, and you know how to get to that upper echelon level that you guys so dream about. So thank you guys so much.
Awesome. Beautifully said. Beautifully said. Matt, thank you so much for allowing you and your team to be here on this Friday night. Now it's time for them to definitely come in here and enjoy the rest of their weekend. Thank you guys so much. Oh, you have one more thing? Go for it.
Chat really wants to say that there should be a game 3, and it looks like the teams want to have a game 3.
Is that so? Let me go ahead and check in the chat here. Is this real? Are we being baited?
They look like they want to go for 3rd. They want to go for 3rd. They want it. It's on bind.
All right.
They want the 3rd, chat. They want to see it. You want to see it. We want to see it. We're going again.
Awesome. All right. Let's do this. All right. High Point is ready. Let me just get the confirmation from the Triangle Minotaur. Because they might, I'm sure they want to keep doing it, but then again, these are kids. They might have their parents waiting in the lobby, so let me just make sure they're ready before I press that start button.
They said they're go for 3. They're just waiting for their coach to get into the lobby.
Perfect. That's beautiful. Awesome. Well, we're going to get some more Valorant action. I'm going to give Matt's voice a break. He's been carrying this commentary. Beautiful credit here to Matt. Matt is awesome and has been doing awesome on stream this entire hour and a half. So, Matt, thank you so much. Get yourself a drink of water before we start the next game.
Oh, definitely will do. Thank you.
I'm the coach for XP League, and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade. I'm now 21 years old, and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about kicking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now, so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch, it varies. It depends on the game. The games change all the time, and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands straight. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt our strategy towards the game. What we teach the kids when we're coaching is that there's another human being on the other side of that computer, and to treat everyone with respect.
Get him from above. I have my ultimate.
Perfect. Keep going. Keep going.
flank in and make a difference here.
Last player standing. Stealing sight.
It's down to you.
Race falls back.
Shoutout.
Far unseen. Uh-oh. Finds two. Thankfully, Sky able to get one off of that, but that's one for... Gosh, hate to see it, but you know, Valkyrie are playing well. Journey falling, and Swifty both falling to this Sage player, peeking one at a time. No team play coming out there. Not good. Now Salix going for the shots on Chamber, not able to find anything. So we're left with Ghost, Rospies over here on B main. The only thing they've got going for them, not known, but there's a trip on the other side. I think they know about it. Alkworth are just over here kind of
Okay. And here we are. They're just about set up here. Here we are on Bind. Bind. How do you feel about Bind? Personally, I like Bind a lot. I love those teleporters. So many fun plays you can make with those teleporters.
Yeah, teleporters. That's my entire response to this map is teleporters. Teleporters are incredibly important to this map. Unfortunately, we have a bit of a restart to the agent select. Tokyo Sushi had to grab something to drink real quick, so all good. But, Bind is a nightmare. I'll be honest. Bind is an absolute nightmare for collegiate play and VCT play. The issue with the map is how much chaos those teleporters are going to cause throughout for everyone, really, because defenders, it can cause chaos, attackers, it can cause a lot more chaos. And I mean, it's just so much fun to watch the teleporter plays come out for rotates, because it can catch teams instantly off guard, whether you're rotating from A to B, B to A, or all the way back around, going through the teleporters 4 times like certain teams. Yes, Sentinels, we see you. Stop going through teleporters, please. We get it. You guys love teleporters. Not 4 times in a single round, though. So, but yeah, it's really, really interesting to see how Bind is also one of the most controversial maps for a lot of teams, because what they're really scared about in regards to the sites is how narrow those push sites are, because each site does technically have 2 spots you can push from, but they're so tight. It's one doorway or just a long hallway to get through each of them, which is prone to getting util, which is really, really scary. We always see Raze being picked as one of the highest up agents on this map, because you just throw your grenade into those choke points and just blow everyone up and just make everyone incredibly sad.
Yeah, my experience on this map is definitely one of, I have no visibility around this corner. I'm completely blind. I can throw in my util and see what kind of intel, what kind of vision I can get on here. But man, it's really tough with a lot of those corners. So many easy spots to hide. You really have to commit pretty hard with your ability usage when you're trying to get any intel attacking on this map.
Yeah, intel. It's one of the hardest points on this map because of how open it is. If you look up above, you can even see it when we load into the game. There's no, ceilings or whatever for you to find on this map. So you could be throwing KO knives or recon darts from Sova onto sites from across the map, and it will just ping out anyone who's there. And it can also fake teams out. If you're throwing a knife from A to B and they get spotted out on B, they're like, oh no, we have to rotate away from here, or we have to, send more people there. It allows for another level of mind manipulation for this. So it's really interesting to see for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we're just waiting here for our final go ahead here. I think, judging by the amount of spam in chat, I'm guessing that these players are keeping their hands warmed up with the copy pastas.
Oh, for sure. I believe the teams are ready. They got the copy pastas rolling. We are ready. Let's go. We're going in. Game number 3. It is on Bind. It's really the biggest key on Bind is how are you going to pick your agents? That's the agent select difference here. We will see the side swap up yet again to back to where they were in the first match. High Point will start as the attackers. And as we see already, the instant hover on Raze as Sexton's going with the chamber. Ah, these are the strats we were talking about. I see. I see.
You have some intel. You have some inside knowledge.
Yeah, so this is the map that High Point is not the biggest fans of. It's just a lot of knowledge of the map is key on this map, and it's confusing for a lot of players for sure. Even at collegiate level, is knowing exactly where your util needs to be and when, and knowing where the enemies are. So they have some strats lined up that we're probably going to see throughout this map that are going to be really interesting. In Agent Select here, we do see a couple of new faces on tonight's stream. As I was mentioning before the cast, or before we loaded in, Raze is the most pivotal on this map. Raze is so important at just clearing out those choke points and making sure that no one is there. Both teams will have a similar initiator. In Fade. Fade is the newest agent to Valorant. For those of you who don't know what this agent does, it's a lot. She provides intel with spotting out enemies and creating trails behind them that her small little shadow pets can follow and disorient and blind enemies, as well as just cause chaos throughout the map by disabling the opponent's sound. One of the most important things in this game is sound, and being able to just disorient that sound even just the slightest bit could be the difference between life and death.
Absolutely here. Now I'm having some issues with my graphics here on this side, so I'm going to let you solo cast just for a second here while I get these graphics overlays back up and running.
You are all good. So, key things to note about this game right off the bat is the fragger for High Point, Sexton, who is very well known for his duelist capabilities, has swapped off to the Sentinel Chamber, which is found on literally every single map right now. Chamber is the most pivotal point of every and all team comps. He provides coverage of flanks. He has a sheriff that is just better than the sheriff you can buy in the shop. It has a scope and also does not have damage fall off. It's really, really strong, and take advantage of that when you can. Rigby here is going to peek out onto Retro. Will find a shot onto him outside of Showers. Again, it's so hard to play this map from the side of attackers. You gotta try to build that space through these small choke points, such as Hookah and Garden on B site. A site, you have A main and Showers. Opening pick will land for Vestra onto Lobos, as they will spot out two in the back of this B site as they're pushing forward. Sexton, beautiful shots with the Sheriff, will come out, will find his way onto Nash, but Retro is there with the pick back onto Sexton. 3v4 situation for the Minotaurs. Now, Raze is getting a little bit low here for Retro, as he is going to try to push up with his teammate to get this trade onto Repetition, who's trying to hold this close down the back hallway. As he does find one, Tokyo Sushi does peek out, but he gets tagged up as well. Two people playing here long as the teleport will come out. The fade will come through, but a beautiful shot through the wall. Vestra will come out and right click. Will pick up his third kill on the round onto Tokyo Sushi as well. And that's going to be the first round for High Point.
And beautifully done. I mean, I blinked and I missed it there. That was an amazing reaction time there from Repetition on that peak. So ready for it.
Yeah, he's so ready for it. You have a general idea that they can't be to the left, so you know they have to be to the right. Peeks out in beautiful time and finds that pick almost instantly. Great job from him right there. High Point this round is going to be doing a typical attacker's force buy as much as you humanly can and just try to win this round. So that way you can continue to hold those guns over. Beautiful Raze nade will come out and get some nice chip damage to start off the round for Minotaurs, as High Point is just sending it. Those nades from those smokes from Brimstone are so pivotal to this plan for High Point. being able to smoke off all the sight lines onto A and force the Minotaurs back onto the back of site where there's not very many ways to peek. Vector will push up, and with the help of Repetition, will find the kill onto Stinger Guy. Vipers will fall in the back of U-Haul. Is not able to find either of the kills thanks to the shorty in the hands of Lobos. Lobos is pushed up here. Will fall, unfortunately. Retro did pick up that stinger off the body of Vipers. Will get spotted out by the Fade Eye. Nashfort with some beautiful shots. Will pick up one. Retro will pick up another. And Nashfort will pick up the last one. The defuse does start to get stuck. And the white flash means that there is time. Beautifully done from the Minotaurs, taking this round on a no-buy round.
Wow, really resourceful there. I really want to talk about that opening push there that got High Point onto A site so quickly. You know, normally when I press W like that, it doesn't turn out well for me. What were they doing that allowed them to be able to move in so confidently? I mean, Triangle Minotaur pulled it out right there, doing really well, being very resourceful. But that entry from High Point was very impressive as well. So how were they able to play so confidently?
Brimstone. One of the best smokers in the game, being able to put all of his smokes down at once. Popped all 3 of them onto the sight lines of A, meaning that they only had to check one spot. Tokyo Sushi actually has that Marshall in hand, finds the opening pick. Retro will find one as well. So that's going to make it a 3v5 in the favor of Minotaurs. The satchel charges come through for Retro, and he will find the kill onto Vestra as well. Huge round starting off for him. Rigby will find the kill onto Stinger Guy. And, I mean, they're just going to have to try to whittle away these numbers. 4v2, now down to a 3v2, 3v1, as a matter of fact, as plays are happening everywhere so quickly, as it's just down to Vipers. Vipers with Frenzy in hand on the Brimstone. Lobos will push up, will get taken down. He doesn't check to the left, and that's where Retro's hiding. First lead of the day for the Minotaurs. They go up 2-1 on this third map.
And, you know, I don't think it's a coincidence that this is technically our fun game here. I think a lot of it, you know, it is gonna come down to that mental game where, for one, you know, I think High Point is relaxed a little more. You know, they're playing a little more for fun here, and I think also the Triangle Minotaur are a little more relaxed. They're able to play more to their potential because their mental game isn't being as stressed, as hard.
Exactly, and now that they know it's in their hands, they have the tempo advantage. 2 rounds already won for them. High Point's gonna have to try to look to bring the tempo back onto their side after losing 2 straight. TP will come out from Chamber as he's holding an aggressive angle. Sexton with a beautiful shot onto Lobos will pick up 1. Man advantage, Sexton will find another onto Tokyo Sushi in the back of sight. He's gonna push up with the help of this Brimstone smoke. He does know Nashfort's here, but Nashfort with some beautiful shots will find the kill onto Sexton. 3v4 situation for the Minotaurs. Technical 3v5 now that the spike has been planted. They are going to try to push up towards this choke point, but there is a Brim smoke still lingering there. Beautiful shot from Retro right there with a beautiful little quick peek. We'll find out to Rigby. The beautiful job here. He's going to use that ultimate to try to clear out anything he possibly can with the rocket fuse. We'll shoot it out, but Vipers was in the opposite side. We'll pick him out. Hellfire will come down from Vipers. That's the ultimate of Brimstone. Useful in these situations. We'll take him down, and Repetition picks up Stinger Guy. That's going to be the round for High Point. Just as I said, they needed to win that one.
Wow, okay. Even with my newbie brain, I picked up 2 really cool things that round. One, when Lobos and their Sova coordinated with the drone to draw attention away, and then Lobos immediately uses that distraction to peek, to swing out and get the shot off. That was beautiful right there. That looked intentional. I'm not sure if it was, but it looked intentional. And then right there, as soon as the Razor came out, High Point all backed away. You know, they weren't going to challenge it head on. They were going to wait for it to run its course and then push in with their own abilities.
Exactly, and they were using that timing so perfectly. They had the Brimstone ultimate, so they didn't really have to play super aggressive, as they could just wait. Retro does get spotted out by the Fade Eye right there in the back of A site towards Truck. Tokyo Sushi does have a really nice angle here, but the shots will not land on the Sexton. Sexton does have that chamber operator, so it's really scary for him. He is so well known for hitting his shots, so having an operator in his hands is insane. Rigby will find the opening pick onto Stinger, guys. High Point is going to execute on this A site. U-Haul push from Repetition will find one. Rigby will find the other one in U-Haul as well. High Point now 5v2, a man advantage, and the Minotaurs are completely split up. Lobos is in the attacker side of mid, and he will just stay there for the time being. Rigby picks up his third kill of the round on Nashfort. Teleporter will be used to make sure that Lobos is not trying to save, and Vestra will pick up the last kill of the round. Another round for High Point, making it 2-3 in favor of High Point.
Well done indeed. I mean, just how quickly and how synchronized Repetition and Rigby were on that U-Haul pinch, that was beautiful. I mean, the way they both immediately pushed in all at the same time, it really gave them just so much pressure, just instant. What really impresses me there is just that coordination and that perfect timing from that team.
Yeah, it's all about timing. That's the crazy thing about this game. You don't have to be the best gunner in the world in order to, use the knowledge of the game to your advantage and take advantage of timings. That with your utility is really key. As we are moving here into a little bit of a tech pause. Unfortunately, Nashfort's internet has crashed, so it'll be just a few short moments before we're back into this. But yeah, we can really talk about utility. Utility has been the name of the game for both of these teams throughout every single round. I mean, utility is king. Util. It defines a good player from a great player. And Minotaur is using their util very, very well, but High Point's really showing them that if you mess up 1 point of util in any given round and it's able to be exploited, it will be exploited and it'll be taken fully advantage of. If the raise nade is used too early, they'll just push out. If the raise nade isn't even used, they'll play a lot more cautiously. Just small things like that that you don't really actively think about at the time is so pivotal in this game.
Now at high level, is it kind of a game of chicken on who's going to use util first? Because then I imagine, in higher levels of play, it's kind of like a chain reaction where the moment someone, exposes position, exposes their util, whatever it may be, instantly a chain reaction gets set off among the enemy team. So do you notice that it's a slower pace of play at higher levels of play, and people hold on to their util because they don't want to be the first to show their hand? Or do you think does it vary very wildly from team to team?
It completely varies from team to team, because the biggest thing about this is it's on the attackers to start the util war. They need to get the util out of the defenders first, because the defenders just have to hold angles. That's the easy part for them. The real key is getting their util out so you can use your util in an effective manner. That's the biggest key, is can you bait out the defender's util early enough so that way you have an easier access to one or two of the sites. And that's really been what's the defining factor here of High Point when they're attacking. They're trying to get out that raise nade or those omen smokes early, and whenever they find it, they will be able to just clump around that one spot and just go around whatever util they found out and push that player out.
All right. Well, I'm getting some word in the chat. I'm getting some inside knowledge that they are having some power issues over there at one of the players' houses. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it to a tech pause screen, but keep it right here. I'm sure we'll be right back with some more Valorant action as soon as we get those players back in. All right, and we are back, not with Valorant action, but we are actually back now. While they're getting their tech pause and their tech issues sorted out, they've got themselves a riveting... Oh, wrong display. I hope you guys like the behind the scenes of my OBS. We've got ourselves a riveting match here of Scribble.io. Yeah, we've got some Scribble.io action going on here while they try and figure out what's going, while they try and get their players back into the match. As you can see, it's a tight race here between all the players here. Royal event.
They're trying to find it. Ooh, this is a hard one. Yeah, they're trying to find it out. It's a royal event with a crown.
Considering it's got the X's over the eyes, is this like a is this a Queen Elizabeth reference? Where she oh, okay, I understand. I know what it is. I have it locked in my head.
England.
Yeah.
Little reference there. Very nice. Was not expecting that one. Just straight going for the queen. As we do see it. We have to. You have to draw now. You have to draw.
Oh, I have to draw. Okay. Don't watch the stream. Okay. Here we go.
No stream snipers.
No stream snipers. Don't look. Okay, I've got a patio. So to make a patio, I think I'll make a house here. There we go. And then I've got my little patio area. Yep. That looks terrible. And then right here, I've got, someone's got it. And here, I'll point an arrow so they know it's that. And then I'll draw like a little dude grilling. Yeah, here, smaller pin. There we go. People are starting to get it. Yep, there we go. Okay, maybe my drawing skills aren't too bad.
Let's go.
There we go. What is it called, dude? Yep, patio. Okay, it sounds like most people got it.
Everybody but Retro.
Not gonna lie, I screen peeked on accident. It's okay.
Yeah, fair enough. So we do see the next one here. Looks like we get a nice little rectangle to start off with. That's gonna be really interesting to see. It's a 5-letter word. We see homie Jesus. That's easy. That's the easy one. Let's go.
Yep.
Who was drawing that one? Let's go. Stinger boy, let's go.
Yep.
That was a good one. Good drawing.
Everyone knows that one. All right, now we got Lobos, El Genio's son here, one of the Triangle Minotaurs, chamber for the Triangle Minotaurs. Let's see who they are playing here.
Yeah, it looks like we're starting off with an orange. Looks to be banister of some sorts. Ah, it's a desk.
A desk. What? Wait, why would they just call it?
What?
Why would they just type desk?
I got it.
Because it's a
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. One moment. Let's us do this.
Give ourselves a little thumbs up here. All right, I'm keeping an eye on the Valorant game. The Valorant game is actually still on in the background. It's still just paused.
To figure out,
Yeah, the Valorant game is still on in the background. We haven't stopped it. It's still at 21 seconds on round 5, 2-3. Oh.
All right. So it looks like we are going to be... Oh, that was easy. Yep. So we're going to be restarting the lobby. That way we can get back to a 5v5. Unfortunately, it looks like one of the players is not able to come back. So what we can do is we can take a picture of the economy and the score. So I'm going to do that so we can get this set right back up.
Sounds good. Sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and get back to our normal tech pause break. I hope you guys enjoyed the little bit of Scribble.io, having fun here, being nimble, staying loose in our feet, having some fun here. I'm going to go ahead and kick it to our actual break while we get the lobby remade.
Yes.
All right, so here we are on the scene. We had an agent change, and it looks like they're just going to go ahead and give it a restart, just a full-on restart, play it through from the beginning instead of resetting the rounds and getting the economy correct. Looks like they're just going to go for it and just play it out.
We're just going to restart the first 5 rounds. Luckily, it wasn't later into the game, which could have been a gigantic hassle, but more time to be on stream. So you know what? We take it. But anyways, we're back. First round does go over to High Point, starting it off. So we're starting on the same page as we left off. We're actually exactly at the same amount of kills, I believe, for each player that were in the first round too.
And
so,
let's see.
Mark's coming out. So yeah, we do notice that there were a couple of ancient changes. No fade on the side of Minotaurs as a beautiful opening pick comes out for Tokyo Sushi. Trades coming back from Minotaur actually make this a 2v3 situation for them in their favor. But High Point sneakily has complete control of A site, with Sexton being all the way up into Defender's spawn. They have no idea what's about to hit them as the plant will come down. Spike will be planted on A. Sexton, he's deadly with that Sheriff, picks up 2, 3 on the round for him. Now it's down to a 1v2 situation, technical 1v3 for Retro. He does have that nice little Spectre in his hands, but time is not on his side. He's got to get going towards this site, otherwise he might not make it in time. Nice shot for Chamber coming out in the chat. Yes, it is Sexton. He is deadly with it. Vipers will push up. The reload animation for Retro just has him peek out for just a little bit too long, and Vipers will pick up that one to make it 2-0 for High Point.
And here we go. Just like that, we're already back into it, back to our pretty much standard score where we were. And just beautiful, beautiful play all around. That nice little rotate around. Now, what was the signal to High Point to rotate out of there to say, you know what? Let's go A. Let's go A.
I would think it has to do with the fact that Minotaurs absolutely just wiped them off the face of the earth on B bomb site. They did a phenomenal job of holding that down, 3 members strong. Plus, add to the fact that Sexton was all the way up on A with his TPs ready to go. He was looking for a flank at the initial, but couldn't really find anything off of it. High Point here is going to try to push out this A site. They knew how free it was last time. Sexton still deadly as ever with that Sheriff, picks up another one. Rigby will take the kill onto Retro. Here's that fatal split that we were talking about. If you get tagged by it, you'll get disoriented, which means no more sound for you. Very, very, very rude. as Lobos is going to be decayed out as well by it, as Stinger Guy, beautifully done, gets down onto site with Brim thanks to his Phoenix's wall, but Vestra was there. Repetitions in U-Haul for Lobos, down to a 1v4 situation for Tokyo Sushi. Oh, a beautiful flick there onto Sexton. He'll actually find that kill right there, gets spotted out by the Fade Haunt, and Rigby will swing out and get that kill. 3-0 for High Point.
Wow, wow, wow. Really, really, really good stuff here. What I really liked that round was looking at just the way they push in off of those abilities so clean. Look at just how closely clumped High Point was on that short push. They were just so ready to go in there, all clumped up together, ready to go, ready to execute. I mean, that kind of teamwork and that kind of synergy is really impressive.
Yeah, they're just moving up as a team. Even though they're not all positioned in the same spot, they're able to find the corner. Sushi here will get spotted out by the Fade Dog. Will not get tagged up by the Fade Nade. Ooh, that's hard. Say that 10 times fast. As the Prowler will go out, finds its way onto the Brim, will tag him, so he does not have access, will be nearsighted as well, as Repetition just gets a Sexton right to the face, as Sexton is trying to swing this with that Operator. No kills yet. Rigby's gonna pop flash out onto site, hops up on top of Tube, and Repetition's just spraying through the smoke. Master will find Vestra. Repetition finds the kill onto Stinger Guy inside of the smoke. Vipers with a beautiful spray down finds 2 outside the back of B. And that's exactly what we're talking about here. It's all about that quick timing. Kuke's push will be the call for the Minotaurs. They find 2 with Retro, making it a 2v2 situation. Vipers is taking it exceptionally low, but Master is also incredibly low. Gets pushed, the push up goes, but Sexton does push out with that Operator. Vipers will clean it up onto Retro, and that'll be the round for High Point.
Wow, those moment-to-moment plays, so impactful, so strong. Now, what should our viewers at home, what should they be looking at from the High Point Panthers? What's their, like, when this ability goes, we all go? What's the kind of firing gun to look out for on the Panthers here?
Yeah, it's Brim Smoke. Brim Smokes all day. Playing off those smokes, they deny vision for the enemy team, so they don't have access to the sight lines that they're used to. It's going to force them to reposition into places that they're not going to really want to be, and that's going to be the go button almost every single time. Tokyo Sushi is going to be forced to use that ulti to stay alive through the Brim ult. So really great use there of utility as High Point gets right onto site. Repetition pushing out through the smoke. Sexton's going to try to find the kills with that Operator, but doesn't see anyone, as High Point has full control over the backside of this site, and that's really where you need to be if you're the attackers. Here comes Open Up the Skies, Hellfire raining down onto U-Haul. Stinger Guy picks up 2, 1 with the ulti, 1 with the gun itself. Vipers will get a trade out, but Tokyo Sushi does trade it back. 2v2 now situation for the side of Minotaurs. They will find 1 out of this, making it a 1v2. Sexton is here with the Operator, but he's so deadly with it. But Retro does find the kill. First round for Minotaurs on this map.
Oh my goodness, my heart right there was about to explode out of its chest. I thought Sexton was about to just go absolutely nuts with their Operator there.
Yeah, the Operator is known for its one-shot kills to the body. Very scary stuff, but Retro there, taking the time, knows that he has to cock back that shot into the chamber of that Operator, and he just pushes out and makes sure he can get that kill onto Sexton. So really great job from Retro right there.
Can I get that?
Here we see going into this round, economy has stabilized for the side of High Point. It's not as high as it used to be after a 4-round win streak, as we do see Sexton popping that Operator right here. Free Operator on the ultimate, 5 shots. You get a kill with it. It creates a slow field on the ground. Boombot will be going through teleporter, very typical to be seen from defense raises. KO Knife will come out on A. It looks like Minotaurs are playing 3 on the side of A, but reminder, there is a Killjoy. There was a Killjoy. Caster Curse time. There was a Killjoy on B site. as Killjoy will be taken out, single-handedly holding that B site. Beautiful smoke coming out from High Point as the spray is going on to Retro. He will get tagged up. Repetition is beautifully at elbow. He's ready for the kills. Vipers will pick up one himself. Retro is here trying to play this elbow corner. He will try to push it out. He knows Repetition is somewhere close by. Oh, but Repetition times it perfectly and pushes out onto Retro, getting that kill. Stinger guy last alive, Phantom in hand. He's gonna swing, but he unfortunately finds himself in the crosshair of two of them. That's gonna be the round for High Point, now up 5-1 as we're halfway through this first half.
And just look at that difference in economy just that one round did. Such a huge swing for them. I mean, especially when you can get a flawless off like that. Well done. And speaking
impressive.
And speaking of big swings here, we've got Repetition's ult up and ready to go, and we've got Retro's ult and Herfmaster's ult. Now, what do you think Repetition's plan is for that ult?
So the thing about Fade ult is really weird because you can use it at almost any time as long as you're not suppressed by the KO. Speaking of KO, there goes the KO ultimate. So Fade ult can be used to cover a wide range of the map, but you need to really have knowledge of where the enemy team is at in order to use that ulti to the utmost ability. Otherwise, it's just going to be an area of the map that's just zoned off for a few moments and that's it. So, but a beautiful KO ulti comes here as that suppressed knife did find 3 members of High Point right off the bat. Here comes the Fade ulti. They know at least 2 are here. Only one was marked up by that Fade ulti, so one of them will be, in fact, decayed and cannot here. So that will be wearing off in just a moment as Retro was hiding in U-Haul with the judge.
And it looks like that gambit has worked. The B site has been abandoned completely as High Point just sets up on there all the way as they completely rotated all the way to A.
Yeah, but look here, Sexton and Vestra are on the long flank. They're playing the long game right here, trying to get right behind the Minotaur as 3 members are right there. None of them see this coming. Tokyo Shushi does see it in time, but the rest of High Point is just lying in wait on sight to demolish them. 6-1 now for High Point.
The timing is impeccable. It's like they're in their heads, they're reading their minds. They've got the book of plays open. They're just writing the story here. They're like, okay, well then we use our ult out and make everyone think we're going to A. Then we hard push B. Then we take B side. Then actually we send our fragger to go around the long way.
Yeah, it's all about knowing how much your util affects the map. I believe that High Point, after they used that fatality, did see the 4th member move over towards the A site, and that really gave them the information just to run B. As right off the bat, we are seeing that Brimstone ulti be used very aggressively as he tries to get out Sushi from U-Haul. Sexton's pushing up here, getting blinded by his own KO for what seems like an eternity. As here comes the KJ ulti. Oh, Sexton tries to push forward for it, but Lobos is there. Killjoy ulti is so powerful because of the amount of chaos it can bring, forcing the enemy team to have to run away. As Retro goes in for the ultimate, but does not find anything. Spike is still down for High Point. 3 members strong. Repetition fights his 3rd kill of the round. Finds up his 4th. 4K for Repetition. Another round for High Point, making it 7-1 in the 8th round.
Goodness here. So, Triangle Minotaur here on the defense. It looks like what they're doing is they're committing to certain sides too soon, too quickly, or maybe they're being a little too proactive. Do you think they just need to play a little more patiently, stay in their positions, or is it just the mind games are just that good from High Point?
It's really hard to tell. A lot of the times, over-rotation is what that term is coined as, and it's really bad as Repetition just sends Lobo straight to the grave with some beautiful shots. Herfmaster will find Rigby, but Rigby's post-mortem nade will get that kill. Tokyo Sushi does find the trade out onto Sexton as Rigby is revived. And it's going to come out. Tokyo is just hiding in shower. She's gonna throw that molly out, get some good damage down onto Vestro with that raise. 2v4 situation. Brimstone ulti will come down onto U-Haul from the side of Minotaur, as Stinger Guy does find the kill onto his counterpart, Vipers. KO knife will come out, will not spot out Tokyo Sushi, but Vestro with the swing will spot him out. Repetition with the beautiful swing will find him. Stinger Guy does pick up the kill onto Rigby, but will be spotted out by the Fade Hunt. And oh, beautiful one tap coming out from Repetition will secure the round for the High Point Panthers.
Just beautiful play here. Now, if there's one thing that the Triangle Minotaur should study from this match, what should they study from the High Point Panthers here? Like, what's the thing, if you're looking back on this VOD footage, you know, take your time to think about it, but what is the thing that the Triangle Minotaur should go back from this and look from this VOD and try and, like, pinpoint every time, like, oh, it's this, it's this, it's this?
Yeah, just keep a watch on your over rotates for sure. It's really biting them right now. Just having 3 members stacked on a site and 2 of them just leaving away at the moment's notice is pretty scary, because that opens up the rotate so easily for High Point. Here's actually a perfect example of what you should do for a rotation, as Tokyo Sushi takes a beautiful kill as as they're pushing up towards the backside of A. Vipers will take the lurker on the backside. Rigby will take out Lobos on site. 3 members strong for High Point towards this B site versus the 2 of the Minotaur, as they are pushing out onto the site now. 4 members strong. 4v2 on this site. Sexton does find Stinger Guy in the back of site. Sexton will also push up for Tokyo Sushi. 1 member remaining for the side of the Minotaurs. They only have Herv Master back, as he is going to try to push up into Hookah. 3 members strong for High Point. And he will get taken out as his util is pulled out. Repetition picks up yet another kill. Absolutely showing off in this one for Repetition.
Beautifully done, beautifully done. It's such a joy to watch these players do what they do best here. Now, Haven, what would you say is High Point's favorite map here? Out of the ones that we played today, we've done Ascent, Bind, Haven. Out of all of the maps that we played, what would you say is the favorite?
Their favorite is definitely Ascent. They really love to play on Ascent. It plays really well for their play styles. Makes it a lot easier for them to play for sure. Just because it's one of the most straightforward maps in the game. There's nothing really tricky to do about it. Sexton does pick up the first kill of the round. It's just mid and the 2 sites. That's really all you got to deal with. So, most straightforward map of them all. Retro picks up the kill onto Sexton, but will get traded back by Rigby. High Point is going to take this A site. Here comes the retake attempts from the Minotaur, as Rigby is pushed up in a very aggressive location. Does spot out the tail end of Sushi. Will swing out with the pop flash. Takes down 2. He will actually take down the 3rd for a 4K on the round for Rigby, as we go into the last round of the half.
Man, round to round, it just feels like everyone's just trading off 4Ks. Oh, you got a 4K this time? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me get the 4K this time.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, that's the thing, is that there's so many different things going on with High Point. They're able to play really well with each other and around each other. So very good for them. Really, really liking what I'm seeing from our purple team right now. High Point Panthers really looking to finish this half out strong. 1-11. They'd be in a perfect position. Take it down 2 or 3 rounds on their defending rounds. Tokyo Sushi with a very aggressive angle. Sexton just swinging out. Trusts his teammate enough to get the kill. Repetition will grab 1, but Lobo's going absolutely massive. Picks up 2. Vipers has the op in hand. Will take down Stinger Guy, but will get traded back by Retro with that Judge. Judge with Raze is one of the most deadly combos in the game. Will run away. Herv does recognize that and goes up with his team. Lobo's going up with the 3K, trying to join the club of HPU players in the 4K club. Unfortunately, will not get it. Rigby takes down 1. Retro with a beautiful op shot will take it down. 10-2, Caster Curse.
10-2. All right, here we go. 10-2. Triangle Minotaur get their 2 wins back from the restart. And now here we are in the last few matches here, unless the Triangle Minotaur can figure out something else to do here. Something else to do here. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. This is our pistol round, right? We just swapped over.
Correct. This is pistol round. So starting off, it really depends on what gun you prefer at the start. You want to go Ghost, Frenzy, Sheriff, or just stick with the classic. It all depends on the player. You used to see back in the day that people would go just classic with armor and a couple of pieces of their util. Nowadays, the meta has shifted towards everyone just buys as much util as humanly possible, plus their whatever gun they want. High Point's playing incredibly aggressive here, swinging out of the teleporter right off the start of the round. Lobos does pick up the kill onto Repetition. Vipers will get one back onto her. 4 members strong here for the Minotaur, as they do have a feeling that someone's in front of them. Retro with a beautiful flick onto Rigby. Sexton will find one. The Sheriff Demon's back at it again! Sexton, the Sheriff Demon, picks up a 4K.
The Sheriff Demon, indeed. My goodness, so deadly, so quick with it. As the chat likes to say, Aim Lab is free.
Aim Labs is indeed free. Wow, what an absolutely incredible round coming out from them right there. High Point really putting it to him, showing that, hey, we are here to play. And Sexton, oh my lord, the Sheriff Demon himself, showing off why it's so scary to have him with a Sheriff in his hands. Looks like the Minotaur are going to be going for another B-side push to start. Tokyo Sushi finds the opening pick onto Rigby. Really big for them. I do believe they heard that teleport from Sexton. He is going all the way across the map, but it looks like this A push is coming out for the side of the Minotaur. Repetition just hiding in the corner, gets one. Vestra will pick up another. Stinger guy gets the trade onto Repetition. Down to a 2v3 for the Minotaur. They are down 1 man, as Sexton was trying to go for a cheeky little knife on the Stinger guy. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. Does not find it. Spike is down right in front of Vestra. Stinger guy is incredibly low, though. Ooh, Vestra did see the edge of him. Stinger guy knows, they know exactly where he is thanks to the KO knife. Hervmeister will just push him with the Stinger. It's down to just Vipers. It's Stinger versus Stinger. And Stinger guy has a Stinger, and it's all Stingers. Ooh, the spray through the spray does not quite land. But he will pick up the Spectre on the way and rotate over. He's just spraying through that smoke, making sure Stinger guy isn't trying to push through it. 30 seconds remain on the clock, one of the most pivotal times. As smoke will come down. Ooh, but the timing is there for Stinger guy. Vipers doesn't know that he's still there. Oh, it's a game of cat and mouse. Oh, this is exciting.
I can feel the tension.
Oh, there's the TP. Ooh, this is a really risky play. He has to get over to that plant. He's going to get on top of it just in time. The plant will come down with just less than a second left. But Vipers is there in time to pick up the kill and clutch it up for High Point.
A beautiful little game of cat and mouse right there.
Clutch.
But Vipers comes out on top. The Predator stalks their prey.
Match point.
Yep, the Predator stalks his prey. The TP was a good move, but unfortunately, it just does not go his way as Vipers got there just in time, knowing that the TP went off and just decided to run at him and just take it down. All right, match point here for High Point. Repetition does, in fact, have that 20 bomb. We are going to be paused at 1 second, even though the barriers are down on the screen. Lobos did, unfortunately, quit the game. He will be right back, I believe.
It's definitely not a rage quit. We probably just had another power issue.
That's what I'm thinking, especially because the High Point area just got put under a flash flood warning as well. So we definitely could see that power, because that storm is heading right overhead as we speak.
Did you just say flash flood warning? You guys are having a flash flood warning right now, and you guys are still playing?
Yep, that's the commitment. That's the commitment we have here at High Point. Flash flood warning. The players are still playing.
Goodness, well, I mean, that just shows how much you guys love the game.
Yeah, for sure, as they are just going to decide to finish this off as it is getting late in the evening. Oh, we're just having a chaos party down B main. Sexton here with the off will pick up one. Vesher will get her master, but Tokyo Sushi will be there to pick it off. Beautiful swing out from Vipers will pick him off. The last two are unfortunately DC'd, but that is going to be the last round. Oh, but Lobos was here, and he gets a pick. He was just baiting for it, and that's going to be the final round and match point and game point and yada yada yada. High Point takes map number 3 of this absolutely banger of an exhibition match.
GG's guys, have a good one.
Yeah, GG's, everybody. I can hear them going off right now as they're saying GG's. Have a good one. Everybody stay safe. Get home safe. Crazy weather out tonight, so please stay safe. Make sure that everyone around you is taken care of. But once again, one last time, thank you so much, Matt Peters, club president for High Point University Esports. Thank you so much. You've been absolutely amazing on the mic. Your team has been absolutely amazing in game and out of game. So excited to see more collaborations with you guys in the future. One last time, shout out whatever you want to shout out.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for having us. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, everything. HPU Esports. You can find us. You can see the logo down in the corner. Just find the one that has that. There's a couple HPU Esports, including Hawaii Pacific. So thank you all so much for tuning in and enjoying this ride with us. We can't wait to work with you guys in the future, and thank you guys so much for this invite.
Awesome. And we're going to go ahead and shut the stream off there. If you're affected by the storms, please get home safe. If you're already home, stay safe. All right, everybody. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow right back here at twitch.tv/XPLeague for some Fortnite coverage.
I'm the coach for XP League, and I'm looking forward to having an impact on these kids' lives. I've been playing video games competitively since 9th grade. I'm now 21 years old, and I've never really got to be a part of a team.
Today you guys are here for tryouts. Now you might be feeling nervous, but don't worry. Everybody makes a team. Tryouts is not about kicking you out if you're not good at the game. The only thing this is about measuring where you are at right now, so we can focus on how we can help you improve throughout the season.
Esports promotes cognition in the sense that there's multiple ways to win a game. There's not one set way that you can win a match. The meta in Overwatch varies. It depends on the game. The games change all the time, and every game is different. It has its own special, unique characteristics.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Keep your hands straight. Keep your hands straight.
For our practices, we aren't focused necessarily on who we're playing against, just how we can adapt our strategy towards the game. What we teach the kids when we're coaching is that there's another human being on the other side of that computer, and to treat everyone with respect.
Get from above. I have my ultimate.
Perfect. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rep it.
It doesn't matter at all.
Esports is a multi-billion-dollar industry. We're taking that and we're delivering it to elementary and middle school kids.
Yo, you guys are getting pretty wrecked by Dad, all right, push up with me, push up with me.
We're bridging the gap between conventional athletics and competitive gaming. We have kids working on the same technology that the pros are training to improve their skills.
When did you lose? When did you lose? Why did you lose? Like the games that you lost, why did you lose?
Through a partnership with the Positive Coaching Alliance, our coaches go through a double goal certification. They learn not only how to work through the strategies of the different games they're playing, but they also work through how to impact these kids' lives in a positive way. They get to mark and highlight behaviors and attributes that will lead to long-term life skills.
You love being Battle Mercy.
Yes, battle.
No, it's not. Why don't you tell us your favorite move that Mercy does?
So what brought me to XP League is the experience of my children. I had always hoped and wanted them to be a part of a youth athletics team. So I realized they all love competitive gaming. So why not marry their passion with what I'm hoping for them to learn and achieve, and put healthy, solid values in place in something that the kids want to do and are excited about doing.
Yes, Boop
Experience points. Every game awards experience points. And what we built here is an experience. Professional level equipment, the top tier partners in esports. They're also getting the experience of sportsmanship values, of working with mentors and coaches, and of being part of the team. It's all about the experience.
I need you. Nice.
Go, group in now, push in. We don't have to
Good game.